All right. Press one if you can hear me. Press one if you can motherfucking hear me. Press one if you can hear me. I know I'm lagging on my end because I didn't get a chance to restart my computer. Okay, cool. All right. We ain't gonna do no intro. We're gonna get into it. But I will say I've been working on some things as well. Be dropping that last Gangster Trump. Like I got something coming behind it as well. I got some new wallpaper to put up in the spot. But we gonna jump straight into it, like I told y'all, and we'll discuss more on that, on what's gonna really go down. But let's go ahead and get into the rap.
Remember around this time, Tina's husband was caught cheating on her. So I remember that was years ago. I don't even know. I don't even remember what year that was. But anyway, just recently, she made a post on her social media. And what she said was, it was like a little meme. And what she said was, you can't sow seeds and reap marriage benefits. Your brain and body don't switch like that. You got to prepare your mind for marriage because it's ministry. And it's
Well, she got a point, Sansa Ray, as we all know, and as you know, that you were a side chick. I mean, borderline from a hoe, and you basically can't, turn a hoe into a housewife. That's basically what she was trying to say.
kind of hard to not make marriage and relationships and monogamy not about religion, because a lot of people bring up religion all of the time, especially when they're talking about marriage. And I've said it before, there are more couples out here who get married that don't apply God to their marriage than it is, people who have a relationship and pray about it all the time, or put it on God. You know,
She said, pray about it all the time, which is, I can buy that. And she said, put it on God. She was saying it in a way like, oh, put that on God. Like, come on now. Really? Marriage is spiritually because there has to be your partner, your life partner at that. So basically what she was saying sounds right. She has a point.
that doesn't happen as frequently as one would hope. And so I said about marriage, what I said about marriage was that marriage, to me, is more than just a piece of paper. It's more than it's supposed to be a part of God. And it's not something that everybody should want to do. It's not for everybody. It is not the only way to have a positive or healthy relationship. Okay, marriage is not the only way. So people know that I'm poly, right? I don't know if I
So now you're poly. Now you're poly. After all this goddamn time, now you're claiming you're poly. Knowing damn well she's not. Cause soon as she get a nigga, she's not gonna be up for it. She gonna talk that game like she up for it, but she's not.
will be polygamous. Poly means multiple, of course, but polygamy is more than one marriage, and polyamory is more than one committed relationship.
Well, you can't afford to be poly. You can't even afford to be on a one-on-one date. So how are you able to be poly?
Polyamory and promiscuity are two very different things. So all of this stuff comes into play when we start talking about relationships in general, because
Yeah, relationships, something that you can't keep. Okay.
you see a lot of monogamous people and they're having these relationships, but they're cheating or they're lying or being deceptive to their partner. either way, they're looking
Like you was to priest. Okay.
outside of their relationships for something that they shouldn't be. So anyway, back to Erica. So Erica, Christian, all Christian like, she said you can't sow hoe seeds and reap marriage benefits, and a lot of women disagree. And one of the main reasons why they disagree is because she used the word hoe and made it seem like how much sexual activity you have qualifies you for the label wife.
No, she said the word hoe because the motherfucking actions that most of these females put up. That's why she's made that statement.
And there's no formula to reaping specific marriage benefits. Okay. Now, after she said this, and I think she said it's like 2 days ago.
And she's right. She's right. Because you can sit here and you could take a motherfucking hoe and try to give her this good life, regardless if it's regular or if it's high class, either one of the two. She's going to have an urge and a tendency to go back to her past ways. This is very true. That's with male or female.
Or like yesterday or something like that. So today she did a morning show. Right. What you want, baby? Okay, you got it. All right. She called it to a morning show and tried to clarify her statements by saying she was coming from a Christian or a believer's perspective because that's who she is. And she knows that there are benefits in being with one person and that is God's design for our lives. Now, I don't know if she meant our lives for all people or she just meant her and her husband.
Well, Sansaray, since you say you were in the church crowd, she was talking about everyone. She was just talking about her and her husband. She was talking about anyone that's wanting to be in a marriage and everybody that should be in a marriage. That's what she was talking about.
But she said there's a scripture that says flee from sexual immorality and every other sin that a person commits, you commit outside the body, but sex is internal. It's bringing someone in your temple. And
very true. You're basically exchanging spirits. I didn't believe that at first, but now that I look back on life, it kind of plays out and you start seeing it. So I would have to agree with her on that.
Personally, I don't think, like she was saying, I don't think you should be random with it. And I don't think you should be random with your sex either. Especially if you...
Oh, you don't? You don't? Oh my God. But this is the chick talking about she's poly. Oh my God. This bitch is sitting here talking like she poly. In the other sentence, she's sitting here saying, oh, I don't think you should be engaging like that. Well, if you don't think that, why are you poly? Y'all heard it from this bitch mouth. I'm not making shit up.
Want to get married, you have to train your behavior because you have to have an extreme amount of discipline. You have to be committed inside of your situation. Now, even if you are in a polyamorous relationship or you are polygamous, you still have to have a level of like self-discipline. And this...
Okay, I could agree with that small part right there because you have to train your mind that you're not the only person that's in this relationship when you're poly.
Brings me to talk about more in detail about how the Bible views monogamy, relationships, stuff like that. Miss Evan, my son in the background playing. So I don't think it's kids in the chat. You might just hear my son. And no, I'm not going to get rid of my son just to do a live stream. I'm in the house. Usually I do my live streams in the car and stuff like that. But I'm doing part 1 of this live stream right now in the house.
She doing part 1 in the house and part 2 in the car. Okay. She ain't gonna cam up for shit, y'all, for that house. Because you know goddamn well she's in an extended stay hotel. That's why. But soon as she get there, you know what I'm saying, her next shot at a big house. Oh, look at my YouTube room. We just bought this house.
And I'm going to do a second one. All right. So maybe you could like tune into the second one later on tonight when I get into more detail about specifics as far as this topic go, because this is just part one. Okay. So back to what I was saying. So she was just talking about how you had to have a lot of self-control and a lot of discipline when you are in a monogamous marriage, but you also have to do that in a poly marriage as well, because there's still rules and there's still boundaries and there's still things that you can't do. But I did want to talk about the Bible first of all. Okay. Now, when one of the biggest problems I think, all right, is that women are put in two different categories. We're either good and virgins and submissive and pure, and the complete opposite of bad if we are sexual. If we're sexual, we're considered bad or defiant of authority of men. We're aggressive. We're sexually immoral. It's only two different ways we can be. We're either Mother Teresa or Mary Magdalene. You understand what I'm saying? There's no in between or any other character we are looked at as when the world looks at us. And what I want people to understand is that in reality, women are like everybody else. We're like multi-dimensional type of people. So there's not just one way that we do things. We're not just pure or we're not. It's not that cut and dry. It's gray area to that. And I feel like a lot of the times women aren't looked at. Women are not just looked at as, listen, Miss Evan, you can excuse yourself if you feel like you're uncomfortable here.
She get pissed as Miss Evans. I was waiting for her to fuck up because she's going in circle with this shit. And what she doesn't get, and I guess she's trying to push this little this new feminist organization shit she's doing along with this bullshit and this LBGT, what the fuck she's trying to do. But she's confusing this shit up. It's just plain cut and dry. A man is looked at as a man. A woman is looked at as a woman. A woman has more high expectations to uphold herself as a woman. A woman has a safe haven, which is her body, her mind, and her soul, that she must be careful of who she lets in. This is why she made, excuse me, y'all. This is why the chick from Mary made that post. Because she sees a lot of women out here, especially nowadays, letting anybody into their temple. Every 3 months, they got a new nigga. As you should know, Sansaray. Sounds like you.
I'm not going to keep like addressing you. I would prefer speaking to people who want to focus on what I'm talking about.
She is focused on what you're talking about. Shit, I mean, damn. She's chatting. You supposed to entertain her. So that's what I told you. A lot of these motherfuckers, they want you to agree with their bullshit 100%. They don't want you to be opinionated or have your own your own theory. None of that. They want you to agree 100% with their bullshit. And she's the main one.
If I'm talking about something that may feel uncomfortable with them, they are welcome to excuse themselves from the chat. If that is you, then do that. But while you sitting here trying to determine whether or not my child should hear what I'm talking about is neither here nor there. because it's up to me to decide what kind of conversations I would like to have in front of my son. My son is 2 years old, so
Right. Your son is 2 years old and like he doesn't hear you. I mean, the conversation is not there raunchy, but it is what it is. But on another note, we still talking about a chick who was sitting here talking about how many motherfucking niggas she slept with in front of her. How old was Damo then? From the age of 12 all the way up to what? 17? Yeah. Telling your daughter you're going out to swingers club. Come on now.
most of what I'm saying he doesn't know anything about. And even if he did, I'm not talking from a very, like perverted type of, like I'm not using excessive profanity, and I'm not talking about, anything that would poison my son's mind. I'm having an intellectual grown up conversation with whoever's listening. And if you can't receive what I'm saying maturely, then you can go. But you can either focus on what I'm saying, or you can keep listening to my son in the background if you and him on the same level intellectually.
Ms. Evans, go ahead, come on over here. You feel free. You go feel free to state your claim over here.
That's up to you. Okay? Now, moving on one more time. I'm not going to come back to that. Next time, I'm just going.
This bitch thinks she the motherfucking shit ever since she got that motherfucking new wig. Talking about, oh, y'all like my new hair? You mean your new wig, bitch?
I'm saying block it. But yeah, what I'm saying is women are not, we're like multi-dimensional types of human beings. We're not one or the other. It's not that.
Right, Linus. She sounds so boring. Sound like she's reading. Oh shit, I'm reading the wrong one. Hold on. Let me pull that up. Yeah, she sounds butthurt. She knows she has been hoeing. Exactly. She knows she's, you know what I'm saying, been hoeing. Now she's trying to sugarcoat the shit up because she knows, her stories is out here. Everybody knows her shit for 100%. It ain't no hearsay. It's shit that we heard coming out of her goddamn mouth. Now she's trying to sugarcoat the shit up and trying to be the relationship counselor. A relationship counselor who can't keep goddamn relationship. Wow. New wig, but still no new house. Right.
Can't box us in or simplify us in that way. That's all I'm trying to say. And it's unfortunate that we live in an era right now, like it's almost about to be 2021, and there are so many things going on in the world.
Yeah, it's about to be 2021. As a matter of fact, thinking of 2021. Now we all in here remember when she was sitting there saying, "Oh, it's 2020, no more drama. I'm done with that." And lo and behold, this bitch supposedly killed herself. Then come back like shit ain't happened. But 2020 was supposed to be no drama. Y'all remember that shit? Shout out to Donnell Okafor. He commented on the video and I seen that. Shouts out to you. And I was like, damn. And when the title came up, I'm like, God damn, that bitch show did say that shit. And look at her. Look at her.
And I'm just surprised that this type of comparison between women is still something like we exalt one woman at the expense of another woman in order to get the validation of man. Like men are the ultimate.
No. See, she trying to spin this shit up. No, bitch. You were responsible for you as a woman. This ain't nothing about no goddamn man. This is about women who's out here who has whole tendencies that's expecting to be wifed up by an A-class gentleman. That's basically what she's saying. But you trying to spin it into some, see, it's black men. No. This is accountability for self. That's basically what she's saying.
And it's unfortunate because men are not the ultimate prize as far as life goes. And for some reason, society wants us to be limited to that thought process. Like we're
Okay. Men are not the ultimate prize. Now, we're going off this narrative that she's talking. We're not making nothing up. We're going off this narrative that she's talking. Sounds right. If men aren't the prizes to this, who plants the seeds then? If nobody would ever planted a seed up in Kathy, it would be no goddamn Sansaray. Even though that's the motherfucking wrong motherfucking move that was ever motherfucking done in history. Shit. I mean, just think about it. If men ain't the motherfucking ultimate prize, who's gonna plant the seed?
only worth something if we get married, or we're only worth something if we marry someone who's wealthy. Forget all the other things we know how to do. Forget, that some of us are computer engineers or executives or vice president of the United States or great mothers or, whatever we are that we need to, be exalted for. Let's just forget all of that because we're single or we never got married or who we sleep with. Just if we're poly women or if we're sex workers or whores or freaks or women who have premarital sex or women who embrace our sexuality, if we're any of those things, just forget any type of accolade or anything positive that we've done with our life. That's what it feels, like to me. You know what I'm saying? It just feels like it's only one.
No, that's not motherfucking true. That's not motherfucking. You sit here throwing different characters of women all into one bunch. You throwing bad and good women in with the same mix. No. And you sitting there taking that post, a whole total 360 uphill, downhill, left and fucking right. It's real plain and simple what she posts. And basically, like I said, she said you can't turn a hoe into a housewife, and it's true. You can't.
One or the other. So to say something like the only type of women that can be married or the only type of women who deserve to have a husband and get the ultimate prize are the women who deprive themselves of sex. Now that's kind of
No. She's not saying that. I told you, she is spinning this shit into so much other shit. It's like you got to catch on a bullshit, and I'm trying my best to catch her. That's why I had to hurry up. Pause up. No, bitch, stay what she said. If you sitting her on Instagram talking about, oh, Wednesdays I like to get wet, then you know what I'm saying, Thursday come, oh, Thursday is motherfucking full throttle night. Then Tuesday coming back around, oh, it's $2. I mean, it's Titty Tuesday. But then you expect to get a man who has some value to him. Matter of fact, I got a video, y'all, a real good one. I'm gonna try to pull it up off of Instagram. It's a real good one, and it matches this right here, what she's talking about, and it's gonna tell you a lot, and it's gonna show you a lot. But back to what I was saying is that you can't sit here and have these whole tendencies, regardless if you're selling pussy, or you ain't selling pussy, but you're talking out of character of from not being a woman. That's what she's saying. Your actions that you display. She know what she looking at every time she pop on her Instagram, Sansa Ray. She see a lot of females who sitting up here devaluing themselves just for a like or for a cash app, but expect to have a motherfucking man, a good man at that.
weird because when you get into marriages, husbands want intimacy with their wives on all levels. So if you aren't if you're a sexually a moral woman where you haven't had sex, maybe you're a virgin or something like that, and you're classified as pure. And then you get into a marriage, a lot of the time your husband hasn't necessarily been the most sexually moral person. And so the balance is kind of off. It's like kind of uneven. Okay. Now I do want to factor in when we talk about the success rate of marriage, they try to
see a lot of women in this chat had said it a long time ago that she bases love off of sex. And this right here, this conversation that she's having, and it goes to show you that a lot of women heard what they were saying is true about this bitch. You can't, you just can't base it off of sex, Sheree. You sit there and talking about your high value woman. What makes you a high value woman is your actions, the actions that you display, the way you carry yourself, and vice versa for a man.
well, women who are poly or sex workers or whores or freaks or women who have premarital sex or women who embrace their sexuality are women who will not have successful marriages.
Well, if you embrace your sexuality, I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. It's the way you do it. If the shoe fit, motherfucking word. But you know that, you know what I'm saying, that post right there bothered you. That's why you talking about, but you're trying to sugarcoat the shit up. I mean, it had content for one, which we can see, but for two, to sit here and sugarcoat the shit up to make it seem like, oh, hoeing ain't bad. I mean, it ain't bad if you choose for it not to be bad, but you can't expect to get a class gentleman or a husband out of doing some things or saying something that's not womanly like.
Okay. To me, it's as simple as this. Women who have followed rules to the T, they've done everything right, and they still ended up cheated on or in a bitter, broken marriage that ended in divorce. They were
okay. That does happen, but that doesn't happen to a lot of women. It's a lot of women, and there's a lot of women I heard that have good marriages.
like spiritually, emotionally, and sexually deprived and unsatisfied. It's women out there that's like that. So you can't say women that follow these specific set of rules are the only women that's going to have a successful marriage.
No, she's not saying it like that. Once again, she is saying it in a way to where if you're displaying whole actions, how do you expect to get a good quality husband?
Now, when I was thinking about this, like when I first read that Erica had said this, and I posted it onto my Instagram. If you don't follow me on Instagram, you can follow me there, The Real Sound Saray. I posted onto Instagram that marriage is not supposed to be something that is hard. Like people always be like, marriage is hard work. Marriage is hard work. And I'm like, if marriage is such a hard thing, why would it be something that you would want?
Because some people are willing to put in the hard motherfucking work. That's why. Everybody ain't trying to motherfucking lay up in no extended stay hotel claiming they sick, but could jump their ass on YouTube. Talking like they got the motherfucking best relationship in the goddamn world. Some people are willing to be partners with each other. But I got this video, y'all. And I'm finna play it. Like I said in lines. Hold on. Shit. Hold up. Y'all bear with me a hot second. Okay. This is a real good video. And I'm glad I saved it. Hold on. Like I said, this was an unexpected. To everybody that came in the chat, yeah, I've been busy working on some shit, finalizing some shit. I had it Gangster Trump dropping. Like I said, I wasn't gonna do no more lives until I got that finished. That's finished. I just gotta, you know what I'm saying, upload it and get it rolling. But let me go ahead and play this damn video because it aligns with what she's talking about. Hold on. Okay. I'm gonna take this off at there we go. Okay. Hold on. Nothing worthwhile doing is easy, right? Shell says, stupid. I worked hard for my career because it was worth it. I work hard for my marriage for the same reason. That's what's up. Exactly. She just trying to sugarcoat shit up to fall in her favor because she know all the shit that she's done. That's why. She does the same shit all the time. But I ran into this video. I forgot how, but it's a very interesting video. And as we can see, you got this brother at the top, and you got this ratchet sister at the bottom. And I want y'all to listen to us. Make once the audio come on, Mona My Minds, press 1. I want to know if y'all can be able to hear the audio as well. But I'm about to play it. It's a minute and 30 seconds.
Oh yeah, getting loose.
Yeah, I want to get loose with you though.
You want to get loose with me? Yeah. Oh no, I got a son.
You got a son?
Okay. Now, the chick just asked him, this is his first time meeting her. This is his first time meeting her on Instagram. He was on live, and I guess he's a boxer or some shit. I'm not for sure, but he's something. And he let her come up on his live, and he's trying to saying basically have a conversation with her, and just watch what goes on.
So what does that mean?
Yeah.
Okay, so that doesn't mean you can't get loose.
Now the man say he has a son. That means whatever he does, whatever he says, his son looks up to him to be a man. Now she has a Henny bottle in her mouth, and like I said, it's nothing to shame black women on. I mean, you drink Hen, I drink Hen my goddamn self. But it's the way that this chick is carrying herself in front of everybody, thousands of people. Just watch.
I mean, you know what I'm saying? It's like, I mean, I gotta chill. I gotta chill because you never know what people's intentions are in the world.
This is my
And then the coronavirus. You know what I'm saying? Oh my God. Somebody go in my live. Y'all got people going on right here. This shit is crazy. Wow. Yeah, see, I can't be getting loose.
Now just imagine, this your first time, you know what I'm saying, trying to interact with a guy. If she was trying to get his number, she think that's the way to get his attention is his number. And she think that's the way that, he gonna be in my DMs. Just watch.
Like what's that, Henny? I think she drinking Henny. She got loot. What you said you was? What's that? Wow. Okay, y'all. Hold up. Okay.
Now you see what she just did? Y'all see that? Y'all see that? See, that's what Sasha Ray used to do. That's what she used to do. Not saying exact same thing, but that's the way she used to present herself. And then she wonder why she can't find or get a good man. Right. That's the post that Erica is talking about, Sasha Ray. You can't expect, let me make sure I say it right. You can't expect to plant whole seeds and expect the man to wife you up. All right. Let's get back to the rat.
Why would it be something like, to me, marriage is supposed to be happy, and it's something that you benefit from. You understand?
Marriage is supposed to be happy. It's something that you're supposed to benefit from. True. Okay. Your marriage can be happy as long as you make it happy. You can benefit from marriage as long as you know what you're expecting to benefit from it.
saying it's something that you're supposed to feel free in. We go to work all day, every day, and do work. Who wants to come home and still work? You know what I'm saying?
Or a hardworking wife, or a hardworking husband. That's who wants to come home and work. Shit, my mama and daddy did it. What the fuck? Why can't you do it?
Marriage is happy and free and good if you are someone who wants it bad enough. You don't classify it as marriage. I mean, as work. You don't classify marriage as work, but it's something that you want. So if you are in a situation where
You don't classify marriage as work. Okay, let's take 1 + 2 = 3, Sansaray, since you don't fucking understand. Let's take the analogy of a brand new car. Say you buy this brand new car, Sansaray. That's your husband. Let's take an analogy now. Okay, your husband is going to need an oil change every 3 months. Your husband is going to need a car wash every 2 weeks. Maybe every week, depends on how you want to treat your husband. The more you keep it clean, the better he looks. So, with that being said, Sansaray, if you don't go get an oil change, and if you don't get a checkup every 6 months or whatever, however the fuck you do it, and if you don't wash your husband up, your husband is gonna look real nasty and motherfucking dirty. And then ask yourself, what is your husband worth?
you come home every day and your marriage feels like work, you might not be in the healthiest situation ever.
No. I'm a motherfucking firm believer, bitch, that hard work's motherfucking pay off. I'm a firm motherfucking believer, bitch, that hard works pay off. And I can show you many of proof. So if you're not willing to work hard for something, it ain't gonna pay off. Flat out.
Now, a lot of people say marriage is work, and I've been thinking to myself, I'm sorry, but I refuse just to be in any type of relationship. If I feel like it's work, I'm not gonna want to do it.
Did I tell y'all? Shout out to all the women in here that said that months ago, and shout out to my goddamn self for saying it recently. This bitch don't want to put in no goddamn work. Well, bitch, you can't afford to motherfucking be in a marriage. You can't afford to be in a motherfucking relationship if you're not willing to put in some goddamn work. The fuck you mean? Told you, this bitch expect shit to drop right in front of her motherfucking sorry ass fucking lap. Who the fuck want to drop into what A+ man will want to drop into a sorry ass bitch lap? Tell me one. Show not to fuck me.
Because my relationship is supposed to bring me peace. My relationship is supposed to bring me happiness. My relationship is supposed to enhance my life, not be another responsibility. And so if a marriage or relationship feels like that, do you truly feel like you are in a decent relationship? That would be my question. So is marriage really work? Like, would you really seriously want that?
Yeah, marriage is work. And if you want it, you're going to go for it. Flat out.
Maintaining a marriage, being honest, committed, loyal to someone is more about mindset than sexual promiscuity. This goes back to what I was saying, where it was like, poly women or sex workers or whores or freaks or women who had.
So you want to go into sex now. Okay. All right. I know what you're doing anyway. But let's take what you just said again. So basically, this motherfucking dumbass bitch think that, oh, you just supposed to walk down the aisle with the expensive ass dress and you had a long ass limo, everybody throwing the rice. In her case, everybody throwing bricks. And everybody just supposed to drop off 1,000 for y'all wedding, and you know what I'm saying, these nice flowers, and you got the flower girl and all that shit. And then when what I'm saying, it's time for the honeymoon, you're supposed to go to Maldives. But then reality kicks in after the motherfucking honeymoon, y'all go home. The dishes are fucking dirty. The food in the goddamn refrigerator is spoiled fucking rotten. So, bitch, what you telling us, the shit just supposed to sit there? That's what you're saying. No, somebody has to clean that shit up. Somebody has to go to the goddamn grocery store and get a new round of some motherfucking food. That's work. It's gonna take work to get it. But you think you're just supposed to sit there and, oh, we're married. See, we happy. No, bitch, this is not no motherfucking YouTube bagel shit that you the prop scenes that you see on this shit. This shit is fucking work. Marriage is work. A relationship is work.
Premarital sex or women who embrace their sexuality won't have successful marriages. That's not true, because maintaining a marriage and being honest or committed or loyal to someone is about the mindset that you have.
Right, Mary. I'm glad you said that. Struggle love. That's what that's the fuck she used to. She used to struggle love. She likes struggling. That's her fucking problem. She likes struggling. Struggling ass Sansaray. That's what the fuck we gonna call your monkey ass, bitch. That's what you like to do. Struggle all your fucking life. Who the fuck want to struggle all their goddamn life in this bitch? Press 1. Sounds right. I know you're here, so you might as well press 1, bitch.
Not sexual promiscuity. And I said this before, it's really just about your character. No matter how many times I say this type of logic flies over people's heads every time. And then Christian women believe that marriage is like this ultimate prize, right? And it's a sign of favor from God.
Right, Aisha. Now that you say that, take a look at somebody on this motherfucking platform. And I'm gonna call the motherfucking bitch name out. I wouldn't, you know what I'm saying? She wouldn't have did the shit that she did. But I'm gonna call the bitch name out. Look at Strong Mommy Chrissy. Just look at it. I mean, she's a little better off than the rat, but just look at her surrounding circumstances that she didn't put herself in.
Right. And in order to achieve this, we have to follow behind like this poisonous ass message that is like harmful for us and our daughters, sisters, mothers, aunts, besties, female cousins. And sometimes what they don't tell these Christian women who are so anxious to be married is that sometimes people who take the institution of marriage serious end up married to someone who does not take it as serious. And sometimes it's just hard to figure that out.
Yeah, you're right, Donnell. I see that quite a bit often. There's nothing wrong with it, but you need to put the same effort as you did to prepare for their wedding. It's the same effort you need to put to keep maintaining the marriage.
Sometimes you figure that out through experience.
Yeah, you figure out through experience which you don't have. So just imagine, y'all, if her and Preach would have got married. This bitch would have still been in the goddamn extended stay hotel. Yeah, yes, she would have. Yes, you would have. You'd have still been in an extended stay hotel, bitch. Struggling.
Let's see. Full Moon, what's up? My name is Salsa Ray. So who's the hot looking host? This is Salsa Ray. That's my name. The name of my channel is Real Relationship and Lifestyle Improvements. Before that, it was my name. It was Salsa Ray. So if you were following me, you would, I don't know why it showed up in your feed. I think your homepage, it probably showed up on your homepage. But usually when people ask me, and I'm not a relationship expert, let's get this out the way.
Oh, now you're not a relationship expert. Okay, what the fuck are you then? If you're supposed to be a relationship counselor, like you told Priest, you have to be an expert, don't you think?
I'm not a relationship expert. I just give people relationship advice.
Okay. How you going to be a relationship advisor when you can't hold a relationship yourself? That's the biggest argument it is. I bet you won't answer that question.
Speaking from experiences, I apply my metaphysical beliefs, my spiritual beliefs.
You need to stop applying all that shit. That's what the fuck you need to do. You sit there and apply your motherfucking experiences, but the medical, physical shit, leave that shit alone. That shit doesn't work for you. It sounds good. Oh, my fault. It just sounds good for your bullshit. I forgot. I fucked your cover up.
That I've been through, my experiences, and that's all I can talk about. I can't speak for somebody else. I can just give my opinion. And most of my friends who I've given this type of opinion to usually have decent relationships and decent experiences when they apply the stuff that I teach them. So it's up to you to listen to me and decide whether or not what I'm saying is suitable for you or not. Okay, so when people ask me where should they meet someone nice, I never say church. You ever have?
Yeah, now what you should say, you should say never POF. That's what you say. Should tell them. Tell them right. Don't tell them wrong. I forgot who we talking about her. We talking about Sasha Ray. She can't do shit right.
Somebody asks you where should they meet someone because they're single, I never say church. I never say church because there is a lot of scandal associated with it. And
how you know? How you know a lot of scandal associated with the church? When the last time you been in church? When the last time you belonged to a church to sit here and say that? I'm not saying shit don't go on in the church, but not all churches are like that. I will say that.
Some devout Christians will regurgitate things that they are indoctrinated to say, even if what they're saying is baseless and false or self-sabotaging. Why are you screaming, boy?
It's a trip. I could sworn Justice is back there screaming lies. Then Delicate in the chat said lies. Delicate and Justy over just telling it all like, yeah, lies.
Yes. Why are you screaming? I need to put on another cartoon because sometimes I put some cartoons on this boy. He be screaming the whole time. Anyway, some devout Christians regurgitate things that they are indoctrinated to say, even if what they're saying is baseless or
well, he talking today, Lyric. He talking his ass off.
False or self-sabotaging when they try to step outside of their cult and way of thinking. So when people ask me, where do you go to meet someone nice? I never say church. I say like a conference or like the.
Right, Shell, you would think. Shell got a good point. I wouldn't give advice about how to fix a car. I don't know shit about fixing cars. I never successfully fixed a car. Sansaray should think about that. Yeah, she should, but some odd reason she just can't.
Bookstore or like a library or some place where it's an intellectual person at, because
oh, just go somewhere where an intellectual person at. You don't even know where the fuck to go. She don't even know where the fuck to go. Because she did, she'll find an intellectual man. But as we all know, she can only resort to the internet. Because why? That's easy for her. She doesn't want to put in the work. Ain't that right, Sansaray? That's too easy for her. She can't walk up to a man on the street and be like, hey, and start off a good intellectual conversation.
The reason why a relationship becomes successful is because the people in it are, number one, logical. Okay. They're intellectual. Okay. That's number one. Number two, they know how to communicate with one another effectively. That is a skill. Communication is a skill. You don't just wake up one morning and know how to do it. Speaking to someone that.
No, communication ain't no skill. All you gotta do is ask, you know what I'm saying, your wife, or ask your significant other, wife or husband, whatever, you know, what they like, what they want. Are they happy? How their day was. That's part of communication. What's wrong? What can we do? Shit like that.
You care about, or talking during times of challenge, and when you might be in pain or you might hurt, don't feel like talking about something and still talking about it anyway, that takes some type of skill. You know what I mean? Like, to be able to do that.
Well, in your mind, probably does take skill. Because you're used to sitting there typing, thinking what you're going to say that can sound good to sugarcoat your bullshit and to sugarcoat who you really are. And that's the way she's used to getting away with her bullshit. Ain't that right, Sansa?
So usually when you go into a place where it's a whole bunch of intellectual people and everybody can communicate properly and everybody, you know, it's talking and getting to know each other on a level that has nothing to do with, oh, I'm at the nightclub and I'm trying to get somebody to come home with me tonight type of vibe, or I'm at church and whoever I talk to has something to do with religion. If you go to a business conference or a bookstore or something like that, or some type of intellectual networking event, usually you're just getting to know the person that's standing in front of you intellectually.
And what nigga have you met at an intellectual bookstore or intellectual conference? None.
The first thing everybody needs to do initially before they start factoring in everything else. Okay, I'm not saying don't factor in God or don't factor in sex or don't factor in, you know, love and attraction. I'm saying you first need to be able to match the person that you're trying to get into a marriage or a relationship with intellectually. If you can't do that, then you're really going to be screwed later on. Seriously, you got to be able to like the person that you are getting involved with, because it's people that they'll love each other, but like each other, not so much. And that happens in marriage all of the time. And so anyway, a lot of the times, right, people feel some type of way about the type of advice I give, right? They're like, oh, this is a poly person. You can't give advice if you're poly. Or I'm a married person. So people like, you can't give.
No, bitch, you can't be a poly person because you're not involved with nobody. You can't give out marriage advice because you've never been married. You can't give out relationship advice because you never held a stable relationship that lasted a year or more.
Advice about marriage if you're not married. It's not that I still have two big eyes and two ears and have spoken to more than enough married people, more than enough people that's inside of relationships. And I can always tell what's going on with somebody's situation when the both of them are sitting in front of me talking to me about their marriage. So when I did counseling and I did coaching for a very long time, and I did part of that coaching and stuff when I was still doing ministry. I'm no longer a minister anymore. I stopped ministering maybe when I was like 24, something like that, 23, 24. And I've been Buddhist for many, many years now, and I have metaphysical beliefs. So I look at.
Well, there it is. If you've been motherfucking Buddhist, how the fuck you gonna sit here talking about God? You should be talking about Buddha, bitch.
Relationships very different. Hey, Kendra. And a spiritual church temple is a great way to meet someone if religion is important to you. Some people only marry within the same faith. There are phonies everywhere in secular and non-secular world. Yeah, even if hey, stop.
Right, KD. Was her spiritual marriage? Did her excuse me? Did her spiritual marriage work? No, that didn't work. Once again, she used that to sugarcoat her bullshit up with. That's why that didn't work.
Stop that. Give me that. Give me that. I hope you didn't break that, because that is your sister's. She's gonna kill you. The reason why I say, even for Christians, even for religious people, to not try to meet somebody in their church. If they go to the same church, I wouldn't bother with that. If they go to the same temple, I wouldn't bother with that, because of the drama associated with it. Like I was saying a minute ago, there's so much scandal inside of churches. I mean, it's scandal.
And see, this is, like I said, this is the fucking product of a bitch who just sit there and reads all the fucking negative shit. This is what happens when you just read all this different shit. You think that every fucking body in every fucking church, and you think all of Chicago, this is the product right here. Scandals are not happening in every fucking church, Sansa Ray.
Everywhere, but I'm telling you, being a minister, I saw it very different from just a random person that's just attending.
No, being a minister, you saw it very differently. Oh, okay. So I guess it was a sex scandal at your church too, huh?
Church. You see it from the other way around. And honestly, I would get my partner somewhere else. And then possibly after I built a foundation with my partner, then bring them to my temple or my church. I would not want to have someone involved in my church, right? And they're doing their walk or their journey with Jesus.
She'll say, no wonder why there are so many unsuccessful marriages. They're being coached by homeless, unmarried, mentally ill women like Sansaray. Right. They being coached by some ain't shit bitches. They want them to be ain't shit. That was a good one.
Jesus. And I'm doing my walk and journey with Jesus, and we go to the same church, and there are other members of the church that know both of us. Oh my God, the drama that it will come out of that, because you don't know what other people like, the other people that you might be interested in. That's just me. So when people ask me, that's just what I would say. That would just be my thing to be safe. I wouldn't do that. But it doesn't mean that, there are other people that have done it. And
okay, so according to Science Ray, you can't meet a motherfucker at the club, can't meet a motherfucker at church, you can't meet a motherfucker walking on the street. You gotta go to an intellectual place like the goddamn bookstore or the fucking coffee shop, or intellectual conference. All this shit which is closed down during COVID-19. Shit, what other options you got left, Sansa Ray? Since you over there giving out advice, bitch.
have been successful. You know what I mean? Like, it could be people that have done that plenty of times and been successful. But when people ask me, I'd be like, do not go to church. Like, you can't be a person who isn't Christian and then walk up to church and think you about to find somebody. That's crazy too. Like,
no, that's not crazy. I mean, you might run into somebody. You never know. You never know. Meet a motherfucker at the gas station. You never know. You can meet somebody at the club. You never know. Everybody's intentions are different. Everybody's intentions ain't trying to do some fuck shit, or they trying to hide some bullshit, which is yours.
either you are or you're not. If somebody who isn't Christian and ain't never been to church comes to me talking about something, where should I go to meet someone nice? You want me to tell them church? You don't know what this person is. You don't know who.
But Lioness, if you tell her to say that, then she'd be like, well, I was just only on there just to bring, guys out to the events I was having. That's all. It wasn't an intellectual event. It was, a swingers party event. That's all it was. It's going to be some sugarcoating. It's some sugarcoat for every fucking thing she says or does. That's fucked up.
This person is. I personally wouldn't tell them that. But anyway, so I wouldn't take parenting advice from someone who is childless. I would. I don't think everyone can have an opinion about everything. I respect free speech. Yeah, I would take parenting advice from someone who is childless. And the reason why is because, like, I have people who do childcare who don't have children, but they've done childcare. And they've been great. Just because you don't have kids don't mean you're not great with them. You know what I mean? I really just, I don't know. I just feel comfortable with that. You know what I mean? Like, I don't, if what they're saying, like, first of all, when you taking advice from people, right? This is my thought process. When you're taking advice from people, right? It doesn't matter whether they're an expert and been giving advice for years, or they just started giving advice yesterday, or they're young, or they're old, or they're male.
No. If they just started giving advice yesterday, I would have a fucking problem with that, bitch. What the fuck are you talking about? They not even seasoned.
Or they're female, right? A lot of times people learn lessons at different times than we do, because we're not all on the same journey and we're not on the same path. So in order for me to even be a good teacher, I still have to learn, and I have to learn from a lot of different people. You know what I mean? And what I tend to do is use my intuition to determine whether or not what I'm listening to is something that I can actually apply to my life. I always tell everybody, when you come in here and you listening to what I'm saying or what anybody is saying, make sure you following your intuition first.
Veronica said, I wonder why she always needs advice. Right. But then she get advice. She don't ain't like she motherfucking apply it to herself or take it. Like I said, she always got a fucking agenda to do some fuck shit her way. That's why she's never successful at shit.
Get your relationship good with God. Whatever God you pray to, I don't care if it's Zeus. Whatever.
Right. You would think that. Not just with her, with a lot of these motherfuckers. Delicate said something good. She would invite someone she's helped up for an interview on her channel. Right. I love to hear this shit.
Your higher power is, get in connection with that. Because when you connect it like that, you are connected to your human instinct, your gut instinct, and it'll tell you whether the people that you're dealing with or the people that you're listening to are fit for you. You know? You're asking me, did you meet your child's father at churches? Is that why you have a negative experience? No, I didn't meet my child's father at church. No. My son's father, when I met my son's father, he didn't have any faith. He had lost his faith. He used to be Hebrew Israel.
Okay, bitch, where did you meet him at though? Look at her. She gonna skip over that shit real quick. She ain't gonna tell you where she met him at.
And he had lost his faith by the time I got with him. He didn't have any belief in God, but it was weird to like have conversations with him because he knew scripture so well. He knew scripture like the back of his hand because he used to be his Hebrew Israelite and they made them study the Bible a lot. So he knew the Bible so well, and it was creepy. But what made him harder to deal with was that he didn't have faith in a higher power. I wish he did have faith in a higher power. You know, when I say I'm not Christian, I'm not saying I'm atheist. I'm not saying that I, don't want a man who is, like into God. I just mean church, from my experience, and it's just my experience, and not every church is the same. I think I want to say mega churches. The bigger the church is, I think the more drama pop off. Or where the church is. You have to realize I'm from Washington, D.C. Okay, the DMV area. Maryland, Virginia, D.C. We call it the DMV. D.C., Maryland, Virginia. And I was raised in this little town called Fort Washington. And in Fort Washington, it wasn't that many churches. It had to be like 2 churches at the time. And so everybody within a 100-mile radius who was Black went to the same African Methodist church, and everybody knew each other, right? And of course, it was scandal in my church, even through the youth. The youth had scandal, the adults had scandal. Everybody had something that was going on at that church.
The youth had scandal? God damn. What the fuck was they doing? And you supposed to be the youth pastor? Come on now. You mean tell me a scandal going in that motherfucker and then Sansa ain't participating? What?
But it was more positive than anything. When you started to weigh the pros and cons about that church, it was still more pros than cons. Then when I turned around and I moved to Atlanta when I was about 20 years old, there was a church on every single block. It was like a church, and then you walk down maybe 3 to 5 blocks, and it was another church. And then across the street from that church was a liquor store. And then across from that liquor store, maybe 5 blocks down, was an insurrection sex shop. Or, it was vices everywhere, sex, drugs, everything right there next to the church. So it was confusing me. And so I was like, well, let me find a church home. All right, let me find a church home. So I tried to go to a whole bunch of different churches. I went to New Birth. I went to Victory. And let me tell you something about New Birth. New Birth felt like I was watching the devil in HD. Like my gut, every time I went to this church, I don't care what day it was. I don't care if we was taking communion. I don't care if it was Easter, Christmas, Thanksgiving, New Year's. Every time I walked in there, it felt wrong. It felt wrong every single time. And it felt like I was watching the devil in HD TV. Number one, it was a production. It wasn't like, you know how you walk into a regular church and everybody is just genuinely like kind and you can fellowship with them because they're Christian and everybody is coming there to get the word of God. It wasn't like that. It was like a production. It was like everybody needed to behave and wear the specific type of things and speak the same type of way. And the cameras was on and it was all about music and the performances and it had to be perfect. And it was just like orchestrated. It was like a show, basically. That's how it was going to New Birth. And eventually I just stopped going to New Birth. I started feeling some type of way about Christianity anyway when I turned about 23 or 24. But anyway, so yeah, Anna, you're saying intuition is the voice of the universe, of God. Yes, I agree. I agree. So when you're taking advice, even when you're listening to something I'm saying, if it feels wrong to you, that means it's not for you. If it feels right to you, this is God's way of giving you a message in the form of a human being. If it feels wrong, I respect that. You know what I mean? Like I can't, like I'm not the one that's sitting here trying to get everybody to be on one accord. When I get on to YouTube and I talk about my experiences and what I think and give people advice and stuff like that, I'm talking to a specific esoteric group of people who are part of a village that they feel comfortable in. Information that they can relate to. If you can't relate to it and you don't feel like it's part of you, then this is not your village. I'm not going to feel emotional about that. I'm going to encourage you to go find your village. That's all it's going to be with me, because I'm not trying to sit here and hoard subscribers and supporters because I want everybody to like me. No, there's a purpose I have over my life, right? And I've always had this purpose over my life, but I never invested the energy into it like I was supposed to. And now I'm starting to do that. And I'm doing this because a lot of people who have been in my life since I was like in middle school, high school, and elementary school are like, Sansaray, you should have stayed ministering. You should have stayed doing the things that you wanted to do. You wanted to be a motivational speaker.
Man, if you'd have stayed in motherfucking church, you'd have been the motherfucking biggest hoe up in that motherfucker. You've been fucking the pastor, the whole fucking deacon board, the goddamn youth choir. Everybody would have had a piece of that. At the same time, you going around with your husband on your side, smiling in front of everybody's face. Sister Ray the Rat, come on up. And what they say? The hell, what they say when you get up and speak your testimony. Priest left me for dead.
To be a minister. And at 40 years old, I'm just now starting to do what it is that I wanted to do. And that's it. And stop factoring in what everybody else wanted me to do, which was me creating my YouTube channel was somebody else's idea. Me wanting to be a model, me ended up modeling, and that was somebody else's idea. Me doing stand-up comedy or doing reality TV was all somebody else's idea. It would have never been something I genuinely did on my own. So if I get on this channel and I say the things that I say, and it don't fit right with you, you no longer entertain because it's boring, whatever negative thing that you can attach to it, I can respect you wanting to step out, you know? Let me see something, because my internet be a trip. I stopped for a second because my internet told me to hold tight. It looks like my StreamYard is still working. I don't know. Hold on. Yeah, I think my internet connection is gone.
Ain't fucked up. That bitch know I'm on. That's why. You ain't shit, bitch. Nah, ain't shit wrong with us shit. Hold on. I'm trying to catch that poor child. The motherfucking rat went in the hole, y'all. Oh.
Okay. Y'all see me with my headscarf on? Boop, 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 boop. Okay, can you hear?
Okay. Yeah, let me go ahead and snap that.
Okay, y'all see me with my headscarf on? Boop, 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 boop.
Yeah, we see it. We see it, bitch.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
My internet was tripping. I don't know why my internet was tripping sometimes.
Oh, she took a wig
My
off.
internet be on one. But yeah, so yeah, I'm not here to try to hoard subscribers and try to get as many followers and because I want everybody to like me. That's not what I'm here for. I'm here to serve a purpose and something I should have started a long time ago. Which was, walk in faith and trust God to send me the right people that need to hear whatever it is that He's telling me to say. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like whatever my intuition tells me to say, I say it. I pray and I meditate on it. I ask the universe, what should I say to people? You know what I mean? I don't just say what I'm saying out the side of my neck.
Shit, I can't fucking tell, bitch. The shit that you be talking sound like everything come out the side of your motherfucking neck. I hate the decent the scent she doing with them pictures. Such ready wear so many hats. Now she is a comedian. Oh shit.
I think about it first. And I talk.
So if you think about it first, that means all this bullshit that you talking ain't motherfucking real. Ain't fucking true, ain't valid. Since you think about it first.
About my life the way that I have. I've always been so transparent with my life, always to help someone else. And I don't know why everybody was thinking, what I was doing was something else. I don't know what they was thinking I was doing. But, I tell my stories to help someone else because my life experiences have been a trip.
Yeah, I could just imagine they made a fucking trip because you made them a motherfucking trip. Yeah, just like when you motherfucking faked your goddamn death, bitch. That was a fucking big trip. A trip that you should have stayed on.
I have so many stories, and sometimes I don't understand how things went the way that they did. And so when something resonates with me, like with this thing with Erica Campbell, the reason why what she was saying resonated with me because she was saying that you couldn't get a marriage benefits if you sow hoe seeds. I was thinking this is exactly the type of thought process I had when I was Christian.
Well, because she's a Christian woman. But I mean, what she's saying is true though. I mean, you don't have to agree with, what I'm saying, the Christian ideology of and their words. I mean, their saying and doings, but it's true. What woman would want a man that she know for a fact that has, multiple kids by multiple different women? What man will want a woman with multiple kids by multiple men? Those are facts. So what she's saying, I don't knock her for that. She said something that needed to be said.
And women who are in faith, women who are in Christianity themselves have like this indoctrinated thought process to say, it's like they say all of the positive things or the things that they're supposed to repeat because it sounds good saying it when you're a Christian. But when you start getting into the meat of potatoes and marriages and relationships and fellowshipping with other Christians, it's not that cut and dry. And it's hard.
Okay, like you said, when you get to the meat and the motherfucking potatoes of everything, it's not all that great. They could be true. That could be true. But they're not displaying their whole ways out for the fucking world to see. That's what she's saying.
To say that when you're Christian, because then you got people ostracizing you. Like people ostracize me all the time because I'm saying something that doesn't necessarily resonate with them as a Christian or resonate with what they've been taught by their other family members, because a lot of the stuff that we do has been handed down to us from generation to generation. So the way that we think, one way of living, one way of doing things, that's not reality. Like if you look around you, are we all living the same way? No,
we're not living the same way. We're not. But once again, it goes back to what she was saying. You are what you attract. Flat out. But she's pointed out that a lot of these women who's doing whorish things are expecting to get good men. Case in point, I mean, to kind of narrow it and sum it up, since you don't understand, it's basically we all see these IG models. And like I said, I just played a video earlier. Homegirl didn't realize she was talking to a good dude. When dude said, "Hey, you know, I got a son. Oh, you don't want to get loose with me?" And he was like, "Woman, I got a son." So what that mean? So basically, right there, she told that man in so many words, "Oh, fuck your damn son. Shit, I'm trying to get turned up. I'm trying to see what's good." And this is a woman doing this, y'all. Y'all just seen this shit. Usually, you think it'd be man, and it does. But in this case, we seen a woman do it. And that's basically what she was saying. How she expect us to step up to a good man, and here it is, she's turning up with a goddamn Henny bottle to the motherfucking forehead. Like I said, I ain't, discredit nobody that drink Henny. I drink it my goddamn self. But imagine me coming up to a chick, first time meeting, I'm throwing the Henny bottle to the head. Yeah, babe, what's up? Yeah, yeah, I'm trying to get turned up. The first time meeting her now. It ain't like I know her, but the first time I'm meeting her. That's going to be a turnoff to a good average woman. Now, it might turn another motherfucking bitch on that who shit like throw Henny to the head as well. And once again, you are what you fucking attract, Sansa.
Are we all the same color? No. Are we all the same height? No. Do we all like the same things? No. And it just seems like even though we see that all the time, we see how different we are, we're still expecting one another to come and be on this one accord. I mean, we could barely be on one accord when it comes to voting for the president of the United States. So how are we supposed to come together as a people and do this one way of living? Everybody needs to be married.
No, let's not say that everybody needs to be married, because everybody don't deserve marriage, male or female. Some people are not willing to put in the work like you, as you stated. So you don't deserve marriage. Marriage ain't for you.
To have a successful relationship. Really? That's what you think? And if we do anything outside of being married, if we have premarital sex, if we are polyamorous, if we are promiscuous, these are all negative things, because the only way that God wants us to live is if we're married with the same person. And that's it. No, because if that was the case, it wouldn't be so many other people out here doing other types of relationships and still having healthy.
Okay, you sit here saying many other people. Now, that's the part where you need to hold yourself accountable for what you do. You can't sit here and try to put other people in the mix just because they're doing it. And that's been your problem your whole fucking life. You think you did the shit that you're saying, that's actual reality. Instead of walking the path that you actually live. That's your fucking problem. That has always been your problem. I could tell.
Fun, satisfying lives. It's just not true. And that's what I want to convey to people. Like, you have to start applying logic to what you're doing and you're saying. And I said to one woman,
but you're not applying logic. You're not. You're not applying logic. I can put that in so many motherfucking ways. Which way do you want me to start?
Is this not working, baby? Is this not working? Yeah, it's that one. It's not this one. I was saying to one woman when she was saying to me that she was saying that it was a sin to be poly, or it's a sin to be promiscuous. If you know the Bible the way that I know the Bible, because I used to be Christian.
Okay, let me go ahead and read this what Nova said. Marriage and serious relationship is not for everyone, especially Sansa Ray. Her life would improve when she realizes this. You're right. She does realize it. But with her, she wants to shit on everybody else. And she wants to throw a twist plot to everybody else sayings. and doings. When just like you said, she should motherfucking improve herself. She don't want to improve herself. She don't want to prove herself at all. Because she'd improved herself, she'd have came back on a whole total different note than the motherfucking note she came on with this motherfucking death shit. She would did was right. But nah, instead, she's still on her fuck shit. She want to act like shit ain't happening.
And a minister. So I know the Bible very differently than the average person. And I can tell you that God's law contains details of how the practice of polygamy was to be regulated by the Israelites in Matthew 5. Okay? And when Christ came along, Christ said he came to not destroy or regulate polygamy. And this is in Exodus 21. I could give you so many scriptures where God gave someone multiple wives.
Now this bitch is Reverend Rat. She turned from Raider Rat, the goddamn relationship advisor, to Reverend Rat
As a gift. So you can't tell me that having multiple partners was a sin or something negative to God, because inside of the Bible,
right, Ivy? Isn't she a Buddhist? Right. Told y'all. She a Buddhist when convenient. But be talking Christian ways. It's like, bitch, you think we don't hear or see this shit?
giving someone the gift of polygamy was something that God actually did. So those are parts of the Bible that people skip over. Like, if you know anything about the Bible, you know about the story of the Pharisees and how they were consistently called hypocrites by God. And it was because the Pharisees were cavalier when they would talk about God's word. They would only take parts of it that they liked and follow them and then add their own laws on top of it. But then the other parts that they didn't like, they just ignored. Christians do that all of the time. And I'm not saying all Christians. I'm saying some Christians out there will ignore the God-given rights of women and children, or they ignore like the protection God provided for unmarried women. There used to be a law that whether or not a man was married, if he had intercourse with a single woman, that he had no choice but to marry her. So if he was already married, he would still end up having to marry her. So he would end up having two wives. That is not something that is practiced today. Can you imagine every single man marrying somebody that he's had sex with? Do you know how many sexual partners these men have? Yow! Come here. Let me talk to you. Come here. Why are you making that cat noise? Come here. Come here. Come here. Let me talk to you. Let me talk to you. Not you, Buttons. My dog over here joining the conversation. Not you. Come here. Give me a kiss. Give me a kiss. Give me a hug. Give me a kiss. I love you too. Come here. So yeah, so if back to y'all. So can you imagine every single man being married to someone that he just decided to randomly just sleep with? Women don't have that. Women don't have that protection.
Little Justy over there, but he doing his thing, y'all. He is doing his thing. Shout outs, #free Little Justy. Y'all.
I like that meow noise that my son is making. But can you imagine that though? Think about that. Let that sit with you. You know, I just don't think people, I don't know the Bible well. I just don't think they know the Bible. Stop yelling that at me. Why are you in my ear? You want to talk? You want to teach them something?
Yeah. Put Justy on the motherfucker. Put him on. At least we know he ain't gonna lie. Put Justy on.
Yeah. Hold on, let me open up my chat. It's not open. Something's going on with my internet and I cannot see it. Justice, stop making that noise, boo. Okay. Let me see. I gotta get back on the internet. Hold up. For some reason, the internet just kicks me off. Like when I'm on my laptop, it kicks me off.
It's because your motherfucker using that motherfucking the Wi-Fi from the motherfucking hotel. That's why. Think we stupid, y'all. That's why she can't motherfucking go online all the fucking time. Her internet fucked up and she in that small ass space. Oh man. Cause you notice Kathy never be there or Damo never be there. Oh shit. Somebody said put Justy back on the mic.
It's not kicking me off on my phone, but it's definitely kicking me off on my laptop. And I can't see the chat in my StreamYard for some reason. I don't know what's going on with that. You know what surprises me? Mark is not in here. Isn't that a shocker? I wonder what he's doing. He probably has no idea I'm doing a live stream because I don't usually do live streams this late. I did a live stream this late because the YouTube buddy that that I usually use on my channel suggested that I do a live stream this late. And I was like,
Now somebody else suggesting you do a motherfucking live stream. And that's the same motherfucking bitch that talking about, oh, I won't be doing that many live streams. Matter of fact, I won't be doing them at all on YouTube. It's no more free. You want to see me, you got to come over to OnlyFans. Oh, you got to be my membership only over here on YouTube. And I be goddamn. It goes to show you that it's not. Nobody that's subbed. I ain't gonna say nobody. It's not too many people that sub to her ass and that membership only or on the fucking OnlyFans. Bitch talking about for $10.99, she gonna give you these old photoshopped ass pics. You ain't shit, bitch.
I mean, like, I don't know if I want to do this because, you know, me and Justice is here. Okay, it wasn't nobody saying anything spectacular in the live chat anyway, but I'm going to put this live stream under members only, so you'll only be able to see this if you're a member. You only get to see the playback, okay?
Well, you come on, fucking listen to the playback over here for free. Yep. I got you, bitch. But shout out to everybody coming out fucking with me this evening. We'll be uploading the Donald Trump Friday morning. I might do it tomorrow. We'll see. But Friday morning, I definitely upload it. This week, man, it's shit. Started off kind of cool and slow, but shit. Man, I got bombarded. So it is what it is. Let me see. Yeah, we had an hour and 30 minutes anyway. I thought Justice was learning quantum. Right. I haven't heard one word from him. Not even mama. Right. He supposed to be a jokester. I ain't heard that nigga crack one motherfucking joke. He supposed to be learning calculus and shit. Motherfucker, come over here and balance out these motherfucking bills for me, Justice. It's critical for his mental growth and development that she interact with him now more than ever. Yeah, it is. You would think, but we all know that's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. Let me see. I open up the panel on the next live. I'm about to motherfucking lay it down for a minute and get back up and finish some more shit. Let me see what else. I think that's just about all I got to say. Yeah, I think that's just about all. Okay. Till next time. Everybody stay up.